crumpets this morning. Then I made cookies, carrot cookies, which I have here, which I've just come off scope doing. Look at them. They're so nice. I literally had I had about 2 of these when they were still warm, and then I had another 2. So they're only small ones though, that's why I made the small ones to have more. So they're the cookies. So I've just come off with Anne Rush and Swift Beats. So make sure to follow those, follow Anne and follow Swift Beats. Both amazing broadcasters and good friends, very good friends now. So make sure you're following them. Okay, so tonight I'm doing Thai basil pork. Now you're wondering why does it say pork on the box? Well, we're actually using beef as a substitute. So let me just go and get the recipe. Because I put all the recipes in this. This was a folder, and my friend sent it to me, and I put all the recipes that I had in the folder. So now, if you don't know what SimplyCook is, I'll just empty this actually first out my sink because I don't want the folder to fall in. If you don't know what SimplyCook is, it's a subscription box service. You get flavour pots and the recipe card, and then they ask you to go and get the meat, and you might have a few other things in your cupboard. So yeah, so you get the recipe. You can get 4 free recipes for £1 on my link tree. I forgot to put the link tree in, so let me know how the connection is, guys. Dina, I'm just going to show you my cookies that I've just come off making. So that's what I usually put in my title. The link there, I think it's to the left, linktr.ee/AidenLeeds. All the discount codes and links that I have are on there. So copy it into a web browser, and if you find SimplyCook, you can get 4 of these different recipes for £1. You must be in the UK to get that. Or sometimes they're actually free, but just make sure to cancel any subscription if you don't want them every week. Okay, so let me just show these to Dina. So these are the cookies that I just made. What do we think to those, Dina? So these are carrot cookies that I've just been making with Anne Rush. So show us how to cook pizza. I have shown you how to make pizza before. We did a 2 dough ingredient pizza, which you can do with low fat Greek yogurt and self-raising flour. So that's your basic pizza dough. Knead that, stretch it out, put all your tomato sauce and your toppings on, put it in the oven for 20 minutes. There you go, easy. There you go. You see, you don't need any yeast in that. So let's crack on with this then. So this is Thai basil beef. Yes, there were the crumpets. They're amazing. I've still got a few left. So if you're making the crumpets from earlier this morning, make sure to put them in the toaster. Remember, you're making them raw. Well, they're not raw, but you're making them so that they can go into a toaster, so they're then ready to eat. Okay, and you can freeze them. Hello, Peter. How are you doing? So I'm just going to show Peter these cookies that me and Anne have made this afternoon in Swift Beats. So they were really nice. So yeah, very impressed with these. So thank you for joining. Remember to share, like, and follow. I think there's a new thing that people are saying on Haps. It's the 3 S's. So it's share, sponsor, is it? Share, subscribe, and what was the other one? Share, subscribe, and sponsor. I don't know. There's another one. I can't remember the third one. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, let's crack on with this. So I'm going to just pull the camera down so you can all see what I'm cooking. Let me know how the connection is. Hopefully it's all right. We're going to put some oil in this pan because, and this is what it's going to turn out looking like. So the ingredients you're going to need 400 grams of mince. So you could use pork, you could use chicken breast or beef. You could also you need 1 lime as extras. You're going to need some basil, 2 peppers finely chopped, and a pack of microwavable rice. That's it. Share, subscribe, sponsor. It is sponsor, yeah. I wasn't sure if that's sponsor or not. So thank you, guys. Remember to sponsor and share. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of oil in this pan. Let's get this heated up. And then I don't know what I'm making tomorrow yet. I haven't decided. I might do something with I've got a nice piece of gammon meat tomorrow, so I might do that. So we put the oil in there. These are the cookies. I'm going to move them out of the way. One final view. Thank you, be kind. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate it. So let me get some peppers out of the fridge. I actually have a yellow pepper to use, so we're going to use the yellow pepper, and I think we'll use the green pepper. So I will bring you down a little bit further, just so you can see what I'm doing. So hopefully the connection's okay. Fingers crossed. So I'm going to just show you how to quickly chop up. While that's heating up, I'm going to show you how to quickly chop up the pepper using a dicer that I've had for a while now. And you can easily just chop them up, pop them in the fridge if you want to. Remember to keep your seeds, because your seeds are what are going to give you this. You know, if you don't have the seeds, if you're in a hot climate, grow your own peppers, guys. Seriously, you'll save so much money over the years by having your own pepper plants. So we're just going to chop this up. You can keep all the white bits as well, but so that they're all even in different one side at the moment. Just do the other one. Again, keep your seeds. Do you want to see my peppers that are growing? So I had some seeds the other week, I think a couple of weeks ago, and I turned the soil over. And look what's growing. So these are just from peppers that I would normally have cooked with and binned, thrown away. I turned the soil over because I had some dead roots, and I put them on the top of the soil. And in the kitchen, it's so warm. As long as they're on a windowsill which has a lot of sunlight, if you get the sun, look what you can grow in your kitchen. Grow your own peppers, guys. Seriously. And that's in England. If we can grow them, you can grow them. Okay. Obviously, it's got to be the right season for you to do them. So we're just going to chop these up a little bit smaller. Get rid of this. And then I'm going to use the dicer. And I'm going to show you. It's really, really useful. I had this prepared the other day and then ended up not using it. So this is a little dicer. It's got blades. I'm going to push these through. And it just chops up all the peppers. You can do it straight into the pan if you want to, but just saves a bit of time. I'll come back to see what you cook. Okay, don't worry. Thank you for popping on. So I like to use a lot of peppers. This is a Thai dish. Actually, we have the flavour pot inside the recipe box. So now, because I'm using both, I'm going to mix these until it goes right to the top. And you notice how it's in a box. So it's already storing the peppers inside the container. So you could do anything. Tomatoes. You might have some old tomatoes you don't want, or are going a bit funny, but you want to make your own tomato sauce or something. Chop it up, push it all through. But just be careful with them blades because they are quite sharp. Okay, so there we go. All the peppers ready. So this is getting nice and hot. The first thing we're going to do is fry. Well, actually, it says here we need to heat a little oil in a wok. So use a wok instead of a pan, but it doesn't really matter. You can cook it in a pan. It's too late for me. And then we're going to fry the chili paste. So in these boxes, we have the flavour pots. Let's get these open. So I know I mention these quite a lot. I do like the recipes that they have. They're a little bit different. It shows you how to make different recipes. So you probably can get, you've got chili garlic paste, you've got some Thai seasoning and some pad kra prayo sauce. Can you all see that? So we're going to add in the chili paste first. So let me spin this around now because you're going to want to see the pan. Is that good, guys? Can you all see that? So let's put this in. So this is chili garlic paste. So we're just going to fry this. Pop this in the pan. Okay, getting nice and hot. I'm just going to fry this for 1 minute. Let me know where you're watching from in the chat. Let me know what time it is where you're watching, and maybe what you've just eaten. This gets really, this is quite a spicy sauce, garlic sauce. Try not to use metal on the pans, but 1 second. Get rid of this. And then we're frying it off for 10 seconds. It wants to fry for 10 seconds. Then we're going to turn the heat up and add the beef. Well, we're using beef mince. We've got some beef mince here. Get this open. So I've actually got 500 grams here. I'm going to throw it all in, because if you've not got anything else to use, or you don't, maybe you've not got other plans to make with beef mince, I don't want to get this paper everywhere. And we're just going to add all this in. The thing is, when you get beef mince, it's always all on your hands. It starts to break up. Don't want to get paper in there. Check I've got it all off. So we're going to add in all the beef mince. So a little bit more than I usually would use. Get rid of that paper. Going to get a spoon. And just check I've not got any paper in there. I don't think I have, no. And we're just going to fry this off in the oil and the garlic paste. You all see that, guys? How's the connection? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Hopefully the connection's all right. And then we're just going to fry this for about 8 minutes. So if you're just wondering what I'm cooking, we're doing Thai basil. It would be Thai basil pork, but I'm using beef instead. So it's going to be Thai basil beef. It smells really good. Okay, just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, everybody. It's just so I know you want, I know you can hear me. Okay, and then after this, once this is browned, we're going to add peppers and the Thai seasoning. And you want 1 to 2 teaspoons of sugar. So I'm going to get some sugar ready. And just put a comment in the box. You want to be able to see that thing. So the reason I use this big dish is so you can see it. And usually there's enough here for at least, even though it usually says 2 portions, there'll probably be enough for about 3. But I try not to have large portions anymore. I tend to eat smaller portions now. So 1 portion could be it could be 1 large portion could be enough for about 3 portions for somebody else. Okay, as I said, this is beef. Usually I would normally use pork, but we thought I'd try it with beef for a change. Okay. So it's quite an easy recipe, this. As I say, next thing we're going to add is the Thai seasoning. So the Thai seasoning and the peppers. Get this nice and brown. I think pork actually takes less time than beef, so just you'll know when your mince is cooked, when it's no longer pink. Okay. So just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. If you're watching on Periscope or Haps. I should also be live on YouTube as well and Twitch. So if you're watching on any of those platforms, you can comment and I will see the comments. I've done so much cooking today. Crumpets this morning, cookies this afternoon, and now cooking tea. So you're probably all wondering why I've had so many notifications from me today. I think we might need to do a live cooking day or something where we can get lots of different broadcasters on board, and everybody's timed to go live at a certain time of the day. But I think most chefs and cooks, we know each other's times. So we try not to clash, because cooking's obviously, breakfast, lunch, evening meal. If you've got any suggestions you would like to cook, and you have a favourite recipe, let me know. I'd love to get to know the recipe. I did once have a recipe sent me for an actual proper real curry recipe, and but some of the ingredients is a bit difficult to get hold of. Okay, the numbers are going up, so there are people coming on. I just can't see the comments at the moment. I don't want to move the camera in case. Let me just move the camera a little bit. Is that any better? Keeps changing. Just trying to get that correct position. This is cooking nicely now, guys. So you can use the tip Alexis used yesterday, where if you've got a lot of fat, you can lift it up, let all the fat come to the edge, and then use a paper towel. I think that was a really great idea. Checking how hot that is, like so. I'm going to get a paper towel. I think it's a really good idea. Obviously, it needs to cook in some of that. So can we just cook it for a little bit longer? And what you do is you lift it up. I think this is a really good tip. It's very, very heavy, this. So let me try and do it again, but just absorb all that fat, because you don't need it. Look at that. That's all the fat that's come off. And bin that. That's a lot better. Then you've not got all that in your arteries. See if there's any more. Yeah, there's a little bit more. Quite a lot more, in fact. A bit more paper towel. Not too much. You're probably all saying, well, that's where all the flavour is, Aidan, but you don't need all that, especially as you get older. I'm sure many years ago they actually probably got rid of it themselves. Okay, so that's all the mince. Next thing we're going to do then is we're going to add in the peppers. So we've got the green peppers and the yellow peppers. Look at that, guys. And you can see how using the dicer, let's get all that out. It actually cuts it into specific, exact square portions. And hopefully you can all see this. And we're going to add in the Thai seasoning. Then goes the Thai seasoning. I like to put half in first, then, and that smells really good. Give it a good mix. And then the rest of the Thai seasoning. Just like that. I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of sugar. And stir fry for 3 minutes. Okay, it does actually ask for basil, but I don't have any basil. Well, I do, but it's not. It's going to take a while for the basil to grow. Okay, I have this with rice. I'm just wondering where. I can't see any comments. Let me just come out and come back in. Comments coming through. No. Turn the heat down a bit. Gonna simmer some rice. So I'm gonna use some rice from my cupboard. One second, everybody. Something falls off. So I'm actually going to use a different type of rice. Hello, Jay. I'm not sure if people could see me, see the connection or not. So I'm just going to add some rice on. 10 minutes. So usually 75 grams of rice is enough. So share, subscribe, and sponsor, guys. I don't want loads of rice with it. So we're doing Thai basil beef. Usually I do it with pork. I'm doing it with beef instead. I'm going to add the boiling water to the rice. Is it good? Thanks, Jay. So I'm just going to put some water into the rice. Normally would have basmati rice, but I'm going to have normal pilau rice. Sorry, not pilau. It's called long grain rice. Long grain rice. It does, doesn't it? The colour's yellow. Okay, 3 minutes. And we're going to add the water. You want 150 milliliters of water. Sorry, 100 milliliters of water. So let's add that in. 100 milliliters of water, and we're going to add in it's what's called Pradka Pryo sauce. So Pradka Pryo sauce. Oops. I don't know if you've heard of that before. This is Thai food. Oh, this smells really good. Make sure you get everything out of the pots, and even on the lid as well. A lot of people don't ever get all of it off the lid. And give that a stir. There's even a bit left. Because did you know, look, if you leave everything in the plastic things, you're probably wasting about 10% of what is actually in the dish. Not the actual whole dish, the actual plastic box. So we've added the sauce, we've added water to make a light broth. We're going to stir it well and reduce the heat to low and let it cook for a few more minutes. Okay, this smells really good. We also got rid of all the fat as well. Is it Vegemite? I don't think it is, no. Have a look online. It's called Pad Kra Preo sauce, spelled Padkra. Fat. It'll tell me on the box, won't it? The Pad Kra Preo sauce, it's glucose syrup, sugar, soy sauce, yeast extract, water, salt. There's mushroom juice concentrate and anchovy essence. It's anchovies and fish. So there's actually anchovies and fish in that sauce. So it's like a fish sauce. Fish with soy sauce. That's what it makes it. So it's anchovies. I wouldn't even notice that. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that now, guys. Get rid of the plastic. I'm going to put a lid over the rice. That needs to simmer for about 10 minutes. You can also taste it, add some sugar. And then you could add some basil to this. I think last time I used some mixed herbs to this. So I'm going to add some mixed herbs instead. So I'm going to add some mixed herbs. If we've got basil in, not too many. Just give that a stir instead of the basil. It smells really good. Jay says glucose, but it sounds yummy. I think anything with glucose sounds yummy, doesn't it, Jay? Anything with sugar in. We still need to find out something. What would you like to cook? Maybe you've got a favourite dish you'd like to cook. As long as it's something I can easily find. The rice should be done in about 10 minutes. Let me just turn the rice up. Yeah, this won't take too long. Let's have a little taste. A little taste of this. Sure, it tastes nice. Cheers, everybody. Oh wow, that's amazing. That is delicious. It's quite spicy. It's got a nice kick to it. Yeah, it's really nice. That's going to be ready shortly. It's nice with the rice once the rice is boiled. Okay, is anybody going to... You're very welcome, Jay. You're very welcome. Remember to share, like, and follow, or share, sponsor, and subscribe. Well, you already subscribed, so. So yeah, that's how easy this dish is. It's not too bad. I'm just wondering what to make tomorrow. If you've got any suggestions, let me know. just going to show you, Joe. These were the cookies that I made with Anne earlier. You have to go watch the replay back if you want to go and learn how to make these carrot cookies. Really nice. Okay, so it's nearly done. Just waiting for the rice now. So there you go. If you want to go and make this, oh, and you can get some lime as well. If you've got a lime. Okay, sadly, guys, I don't have any limes. Sadly, I don't have any limes. So, well, I did have one the other day, but it wasn't. I ended up binning it. So, never mind, though. So no limes tonight, unfortunately. So just a little fact about this dish then. So this is a popular dish in Bangkok food stalls. The stir fry is as quick to cook as it is satisfying, with its Thai 7-spice seasoning, along with a handful of fresh basil and squeeze of lime. And it's chili garlic paste, Thai style seasoning, and prod caprese sauce, which is an intense umami sauce with seaweed. Make your favourite childhood dish of your mum's. Ooh, there are a few. The problem is though, it's all desserts, and even though I love desserts, I want to try and switch from desserts and go on to something else, because I know we all love cakes and desserts and scones and biscuits and things. Try and move on to something else. So have a think though. If you've got any suggestions, do let me know. I'm just going to slightly tidy up a bit. So yeah, this is the recipe. As I say, we're normally done with pork, but I'm using it. It actually tastes really nice with beef. You could even use chicken. You could swap peppers for green beans or sweet corn. It says go easy on the chili garlic paste at the beginning. It says they're seasoned to taste with lime, sugar, or salt. Like a lot of Thai dishes, it should be something of sweet, sour, salt. Should be a balance. Sorry, guys. Balance of sweet, sour, spicy, and salty. Hi, Katie. How are you doing? So this is nearly done. I'm just waiting for the rice. We're doing Thai basil pork, but this is beef, so it's not Thai basil pork. So it should be done shortly. I'm just going to get my folder. I've got a load of recipes in here. Look, so these are all the SimplyCook recipes that I've made. There's absolutely loads. A lot of Mexican, Italian dishes, all sorts of dishes. So if you've got a recipe, do let me know so I can give it a try. I've got this in my book, in the folder. Have a think of what recipes you're going to do, Katie. What's your favourite type of food? What do you enjoy cooking? What? It's nice now at this time of the night. It's getting a bit lighter. Let me just check. Stir the rice. Should have done that first. See, when you're live streaming, Katie, things go wrong. It's just about cracking on with it, and I made a lot of. I think once I made a lot of mistakes. But that's what makes it more enjoyable. Knowing what goes well, what goes wrong, and just kind of keep talking and keeping everybody engaged. Ask questions, and You know, like what's your favourite food and what have you last eaten? You know, just you think the probably the most important thing I would say about streaming on live is knowing that even though I always think you're talking to one person, because the one person is the person you engaging with, who's connected with you for that reason. And the second thing I would say then is when you're connected to that person, ask the questions. Does that make sense to the people who are replying to you and commenting, and keep talking as well, and just talk about anything really. It doesn't really matter what you talk about, as long as you're just not in silence. Although silence can be a good thing depending on what you're doing. So I'm going to keep my seeds. Look, these are the seeds I'm keeping. I'm going to put them in some soil tomorrow. I need to go to the supermarket and get some soil, repot my plants, my kitchen plants and herbs. How's the connection? We on? This is done now, guys. I'm going to turn that off. It's just my rice. Looks really good. Connection keeps going funny, but that's probably because I've opened the window. Right, let's get a plate. I'm going to bring you down. Now, usually, you could put the rice. Actually, what I could use for the rice is used this morning for the crumpets. So you can put the rice in one of those, and kind of then do as it is on the picture. Let's check the rice now. Sometimes I would add some. You could add some chicken stock to your rice if you wanted to. A little taste of the rice. That's actually not bad. It's a bit more of a drier rice, but it is boiled enough. I'm just going to sift that through. Okay, here's the rice. And I'm going to put this into, where's my ladle gone I used earlier? Just pop it into these little dishes, and you know exactly how much. You all see that? Try and make it really nice and presentable, and then it's all going to fall off, isn't it? We'll do that last. Just tap it down, and we're going to add in the pork. Just put some pork on the side, like a restaurant is this, isn't it? What do we think, guys? Hi, Anne. And I'm going to take this off. You can put a little bit of herbs on the top of the rice, and then we lift this up, and hopefully, there you go. Look at that, guys. Quality food. So I'm going to end the broadcast. Thank you for watching, and I shall speak to you all soon. And I'm going to have one of them cookies again later. So see you later, guys. Bye. See you soon.